Here are 10 encounters with legendary creatures. Number 8. Mongolian Deathworm. In the vast sands of the Gobi Desert lives a creature that, according to many, is too dangerous to even consider approaching, the Mongolian Deathworm. It is said to be dark red in color with spikes on either end. It has no eyes but a large round mouth, and it is said to grow up to a little over 3 feet in length. Reports state that it shoots up from the ground to attack its prey, which can include camels, smaller rodents, and even people. Many researchers and cryptozoologists have attempted to find evidence of the Mongolian deathworm, but they've always come up short. At one point, the Mongolian government even made it illegal to search for the worm, but eventually that ban was lifted. Number 7. The Ogopogo. In Canada's British Columbia, hunter Bill Stesiuk spotted what he believed to be a legendary Canadian creature in 1978. He had seen 3 humps and a head moving through the water. In 2003, he began collecting what he called credible reported sightings on a website called Ogopogo Quest. The Ogopogo is now known as Canada's Loch Ness Monster, and it is actually the best documented of all lake monsters. After listening to dozens of witness accounts over several decades, Stesiuk believes the creature was a type of large, snake-like aquatic creature that inhabits the lake. Because the lake was open to the ocean eons ago, the sea creatures swam into the lake and became trapped once the water receded to their current levels. Number 6. The Wolf Woman of Mobile. In the spring of 1971, people living in Mobile, Alabama, and areas nearby were said to have seen a strange-looking creature lurking around. Described as having the upper body of a woman and the lower limbs of a wolf, one of the witnesses described the wolf woman as being a woman and a wolf, pretty and hairy. Over the next week, the local newspaper received at least 50 sightings of the strange creature. With reports that people were chased and stalked by the creature who roamed around backyards, police opened an investigation just because there were so many sightings. In Native American culture, the wolf is associated with a skinwalker who can transform itself from a person to an animal. Number 5. The Big Goose of the Pacific Northwest. It's no secret that Canadian geese get a bad rap. With a reputation for being overly protective and sometimes snapping at people, this feathered creature can sometimes be seen as a nuisance. Stories of an extremely large goose-like creature were first recorded in the 15th century. Covered in large brown, white, gray, and black feathers, the big goose sounds strikingly similar to your average Canadian goose. Reports by those who have supposedly encountered the creature say that the air pressure changes when the big goose is nearby, causing a vacuum effect that draws objects towards it. Number 4. Alabama's Huggin' Molly. In the town of Abbeville, Alabama, a local legend about a 7-foot-tall woman keeps residents on their toes. Dressed in black with a large brimmed hat, Huggin' Molly is said to be a phantom-like creature who appears to children. When she does, she squeezes them tight and then screams in their ears. There is no actual evidence of this phantom creature. Local residents believe that the story of Molly is about a woman who lost her child and dealt with her sorrow by hugging children in the town. Number 3. The Flatwoods Monster of West Virginia. When tales of an extraterrestrial spread through the Upper Elk River area of West Virginia in the 50s, locals were pretty alarmed. In 1952, a group of children, a mom and their dog, watched a UFO crash behind a hill near the town of Flatwoods. After the group searched the woods, they discovered a supposed crash site, and then things got scary. A towering alien moved threateningly toward the group. They ran back to town in terror from a monster with bright yellow eyes that began hissing at them. More sightings were later reported in and around the area, and the U.S. Air Force started an inquiry as part of an initiative called Project Blue Book. Number 2. The Florida Skunk Ape. Over the years, there have been numerous sightings of a strange beast known as the Florida Skunk Ape, or the Swamp Sasquatch. David Shealy has spent his life studying the creature and believes that it is real, and that there are 7 to 9 skunk apes currently roaming the Everglades. Shealy reports that he has spotted 3 skunk apes while out doing his field studies and tries to raise awareness about their existence. Evidence of the creature currently consists of photos, hair samples, and a few foot casts, which show that the skunk ape has 4 toes instead of the 5 that Bigfoot supposedly has. All sightings have reported the horrible smell that accompanies the ape wherever it goes. With so much of Florida comprised of vast tracts of swampland, there are many who believe this creature is more than a local myth, although the origin of this strange, hairy creature remains a mystery. Number 1. The Chupacabra. Stories of the vampire-like creature first emerged in Puerto Rico in the 1990s. It began when farmers started noticing that their livestock was beginning to get attacked at night by a vampire-like creature. They described the creature as being around 4 feet tall and standing on its hind legs. It had a green reptilian body, large oval head, and bulging red eyes. It also had fanged teeth, a long tongue, sharp claws, and spines going down its head and back. Benjamin Radford, a research fellow with the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry, set out to find the creature and over 5 years traveled as far as the jungles of Nicaragua and even located the person who first reported the chupacabra. As the story continued to shift and change, new reports surfaced describing the creature as less alien and more like a hairless dog-like animal walking on 4 legs. Chupacabra bodies had also reportedly been found, so Radford decided to do DNA tests on them. However, the bodies turned out to be coyotes, dogs, or raccoons. Because the animals often had mange, they lose their hair, which could be the reason why they get identified as chupacabras. Again, the explanation for this is not a fantastic one, but there still are those hopeful that there is a species out there feeding on livestock that just hasn't been identified.